starting my class because it is already late, very late. So I just have to rush now. It was last class morning. And then late I definitely Monday afternoon we'll have discussion and first documentation. Definitely we'll speak to the vice chancellor and depending on that we'll go ahead. Okay. Okay. We'll meet on Monday afternoon for the first time. Okay. Yeah, my dear students, I'm extremely sorry. I'm joining a little late today. Let me start with the first introduction. I think last time we were just discussing on first, second, and third unit, and now we are going with the last one. Remember, even I said about Indian women poetry, right? So let me start with the first. Am I audible? Am I audible for all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Take your textbook so that, according to examination point of view, I want to give you few details where which is going to fetch you from the examination point of view. Okay. First is Unit 1, page number 3. The arrival of English in India. Especially the questions will be from education and English education. What is the prominent kind of education system that we followed according to British rule? That will be very, very important aspect. So what are the consequences and arrival of any foreign language such as English in society? What are the two effects of English education in Bengal? In the last, there are only 2 questions, but it may sometimes for the short examinations, short questions, English education and the native. So how education was introduced in an Indian system, an Indian scenario? What are the reasons for that? Even that kind of questions can be given in the examination point of view. Okay. So the questions can be from English education and the natives. So what are the reasons that British started English education in India? And natives means Indian people. Okay. English education in India. So it started with 1835, Lord Macaulay. So what is Macaulay units, right? Lord Macaulay minutes, we call it as. So that is also important. And you can see page number 4. Can you see here? Do you have books with you? Every one of you? I think many of you got the books with you, right? Ajay, Chaitra, Deepthi, Gayatri, Divya, Nisi, Priya, and Inkama. So anyone has got, all of you have got the books?
Yes, ma'am, we have.
Yeah, good. So page number 4, see here. 1835, Lord Macaulay, a distinguished scholar, statesman, prepared minutes of Indian education. So examination point of view, minutes of education according to Lord Macaulay minutes, that's what they call it. So define or discuss the points in Indian education system according to Lord Macaulay. Can be a question. Okay, so you can write all about this, especially why they thought like especially Sanskrit and vernacular languages are not important, but to keep a proper track of Indian, all the Indian languages they cannot learn, but teaching the English language to all the Indians is easy for them. So they thought, according to their point of view, they thought like English is important. So they have introduced for their record keeping. Remember, this should be mentioned, okay? And what are the two contradictory states in Bengal? What is the importance to note in English facilitated two contradictory states? Page number 6, remember, this is also an important point. Bengal, it gives intellectual stimulation with ideas of human rights, equality, and modernity of the native elites. And it creates a sense of national identity. So these are the very important points. Why Bengal is called as an intellectual land, how they contradicted the education system, English education in India. These two can be important and prominent points according to examination point of view. Okay, go for the second unit, early prose in English. So coming back to literature, who are an important trio in Indian literature? Do you remember who are the people who are important in Indian literature, especially for pre-independent India? Who are the trio? Who are trio?
Raja Rao,
yes.
R.K. Narayan,
yes,
and
R.K. Narayan, Rashipuram Krishnaswamy Narayan.
yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yes. R.K. Narayan and another person, Mulkrajanan.
Yes, Raja Rao.
Yes. So these three people are called as Indian trio. Raja Rao's Kantapura, R.K. Narayan's Malgudi Days for a common man, the presentation of common man, and Mulkrajanan, Untouchable. Okay, these are like, classics for us. Though it is a novel, Untouchable is a novel by Mulkrajanan, showing the realities of the society on those days, how an untouchable boy, what is the lifestyle of an untouchable person in India, how they were deprived. So it is very, very heart-warming narration that happens inside the Untouchable. So Raja Rao, R.K. Narayan, and Mulkrajanan. These are three important Indian English writers before independence, okay, for the prose, especially for prose. So the question can be page number 10, early Indian prose. So who are important and why they are important, and who are the people who started to write before Raja Rao or R.K. Narayan, and what are their prominent writings in Indian prose, early prose of Indian English. You can see here the question can be from Indian English prose point of view as well. So prose after 1850s and afters. So after 1815, because Macaulay's 1834, Lord Macaulay, Minutes of Education. So that is important. So keeping that in view, we start our English education. Okay. So what kind of themes are introduced? See page number 11. You can see. What are the accomplished speeches includes what kind of themes include? You remember page number 12, speeches, biographies, autobiographies, travelogues, economic histories, literary critical essays, social and metaphysical essays, letters, and spiritualism, education, women and reform. These are all the themes that are included before independence, okay, 1850s to 1947, before that. So these all comes under different genres. It can be a novel, short speech, especially the speeches in the political scenario, and biographies, autobiographies, and economic history and travelogue, all are included in this. Don't think like prose is only about short story, novel, or drama, but it includes autobiography, travelogue, speeches, and literary history. So history is included here. Okay, so the nationalism is the main theme on those days, because patriotism runs in between lines. We can see the patriotism in all these speeches as well. So according to examination point of view, what can be the possible themes, or what kind of genres in the prose before 1850, at the time of 1850s, you can include all this. Okay, coming to independent movement. Maybe it can be from 1919 Jallianwala Bagh incident to non-violence movement and Gandhian era. Okay, so if someone is a history student, you understand how ancient period is different, and even in the medieval period and modern period, especially in the independence time. So it is again divided into three parts, right? So it is starts with Lala Lajpat Rai, Bipin Chandrapal, and then comes these are the moderators, right? They always have a petitions to give to the Britishers. So these petitions also comes under the close, remember. So it is in 1890s and 19,000 and until 1919 we can see. So Jallianwala Bagh incidents are, it took a very U-turn and in the historical, it's a historical movement in our freedom struggle where Jallianwala Bagh massacre, we can see that, right? So the period is, the first is moderator, then we can see Bhagat Singh and the other people who are extremists, right? Moderators are the first people in 1870s, Lala Lajpat Rai, Bipin Chandrapal, Lal, Bal Gangadhar Tilak. These are all the people who are again lawyers, and they are representing the Indian people in the form of, they gave a lot of petitions to the and recommendations to the government at the time of their, for the British rule as well as the British Empire. After that came the extremists. Who are extremists? Rajguru, Bhagat Singh. These are, again, you see, there is a lot of literature here relating to patriotism and relating to the division, relating to the economy. In the moderators, we can see Dadabhai Nauroji, again, a very great patriot. And then comes the Gandhian era, remember. So in the Gandhian era, again, Quit India Movement, 1942. All these are history related, okay? So I'm not going deep inside. You all know that this is all covered in our textbook. Please do read. Am I clear? Please do read. It's a high time. You are only left with 2 months, right? May, June, July, you are going to have the examination. So I'm rushing towards the next unit. So remember, this can be an examination point of view. What were Gandhi's main concern in Hind Swaraj? And what are the main concerns of early prose writers? So page number 12 and 13 is going to cover all those points in this question. Okay. Am I clear? Am I running fast?
No, ma'am. Actually, your page numbers are not matching with our books.
Oh, isn't it? I'm so sorry. Yeah, you can see unit 3, page number 17. Maybe it can be 18 for you. What is page number?
17, ma'am.
Unit 3, early 20th century fiction.
17.
17,
yes, ma'am.
14 in our book, ma'am.
Okay. Oh my God. Okay, then I'll go according to unit. Okay, you'll go about it. Okay. You know, maybe see, my book is 2018. I'm teaching this. So sometimes maybe they wanted to save the pages, or I don't know how they have done it. Okay. Okay, unit 3, I know like the content will be the same, right? So unit 3, early 20th century fiction. What is the page number from your side? From my side, it is 17. From your side, it is 14.
14.
17, my book matches with you, ma'am.
Yeah, I'll tell my number, you tell your number, so that, you know, we can match to each other. Okay, unit 3, introduction, where you can see Narayan means R.K. Narayan. Rao, who is Rao?
Raja Rao.
Raja Rao.
Yes, Raja Rao. And Anand?
Mulkraj Anand.
Mulkraj Anand.
Very good. So these three, don't think like who is Narayan, who is Rao and Anand. R.K. Narayan and Mulkraj Anand and Raja Rao. These 3 people. So they gave a shortcut over there. Okay. So what are the main themes and grappling issues and ideas on those days? That is again included. And coming to early Indian fiction, national nationalism. That is very important. How nation and nationalism, how it is defined in the different aspects in novels, short stories, or it can be in a prose fiction as well. These are all fictional writers. These are all Indian English writers. Remember, they are not freedom struggle or they are not directly involved in the freedom struggle. Remember, these are all writers. Whereas you can see Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Bipin Chandrapal, and all those people are freedom fighters. Okay, so there is a difference between freedom movement and literary writers. They are also representing the patriotic issues. They are also representing the nation, but they are not directly being a part of it. Remember, they are not lectures. They are in the form of a fiction. Okay, so they are telling in the part of, like, ridiculously. Whenever you see Malgudi Days, lot of wit and humor. And a small boy is going to question the very norms of Britishers and what kind of ridiculously they are, a lot of humor is involved in R.K. Narayan. Whereas when it comes to mysticism and nationalism, they are questioning the nationalism in a different perspective when it comes to Kantapura, Rajarao's Kantapura. Okay, so a lot of fictional writers, they are not directly attacking the Britishers, but they are making the people to think, and they are making aware of what is happening around them, right? Like their writings are like an awareness, but their themes are more patriotic, including nationalism, language, regional culture, everything is included in that, okay? So realism, language, and the novel, again, examination point of view. The next 3.4 is patriotism and Indian fiction. So some lectures where you can see Bipin Chandrapal and Bal Gangadhar Tilak's writings are fictional writing, right? Some are poems and some are non-fiction. It's not a story, it's not a novel, it's not even a drama, but it is a non-fiction, a piece of prose where they are giving a lecture or a recording of that lecture or a conversation or patriotic meetings are happening. So whatever the lecture recordings or documentations of that lectures or the speeches, you can see that in the patriotism and the national fiction. So early 20th century fiction, the post-colonial. So after the independence, so what kind of, again, the problem has changed now. Now the Indians are the rulers, Indian democracy. In the democracy, what kind of leaders emerged? What kind of problems that we are facing about food, clothing, and shelter, and agriculture? So what kind of problem? Poverty. And so these all comes under the picture in prose poetry, okay? So coming now, this is all about the background of Indian fiction, right? How it started with Macaulay's Minute. So Lord Macaulay is very important, 1835. If someone might have completed your B.Ed, then you can clearly see like this is all included in your education, where Lord Macaulay Minutes is very important till National Education Policy 2020. Right now, we are undergoing that, right? Are you aware of National Education Policy? From next year onwards, many of our state governments and central governments are right. Yes. So till today, 1835. That means almost nearly 300 years, right? 1935 and 2035. Nearly 200 years of our education system. What kind of drastic changes it happened and what the system is adapting now. You can see that. Okay. So that is all from the historical point of view. Now we are directly going into R.K. Narayan, unit number 4, the dark room. So you are definitely going to get 1 or 2 questions, one from gender roles and the family. It can be a short answer as well as essay, because R.K. Narayan is a very important writer in the post-independent India. Okay, and especially the gender roles, because the dark room is grappling issues and what kind of engagement is there in the national discourse. We can see gender issues and what kind of patriarchy is playing a vital role, and that is not directly discussed here. So you can see these questions. How does Narayan show the role of family in the constructing gender roles? And individual for the women is erased in the novel, how she finds it temporarily. So these are some questions that we can discuss again and again. Okay. So let us go for Kantapura, unit 5. Very important because the mysticism is included in Kantapura. Raja's Kantapura is considered as a classic because of few reasons. Because especially myth history, contemporary Salman Rushdie's 1947 Midnight Children. Again, we can see the magic realism. Myth comes into the fiction. So this is very important thing. This genre is different, remember. It is not like R.K. Narayan's Malgudi Days. It is more serious in subject and description is more deep. You can see myth, history and language in Kantapura or look simple, but it is complex in dealing with it. So page number 33, somewhere, I don't know where, this page number 5.2. Okay, myth, history and language in Kantapura. It is from the examination point of view. Very, very important. Thus, Kantapura shows an Indianized English not only in terms of language but also form of narrative. Remember, can you see what is the page number for you? 27. Huh? Very good. 27. Page
28, ma'am.
28,
5.2.
28. Yeah. Character names in the name note: Corner House, Murthy, Waterfall, Venkama. Like, you know, very, very, very Indianized English, right? We generally call like, okay, you know, the boy who got top rank, that family. Or regularly they go to temple, so that family. So see, like, you know, Corner House Murthy, Waterfall Venkama. This is like Ayayo. Ayayo is a word that you don't have any meaning for that. Can you make out this Ayayo? What is the meaning of Ayayo? Ayo.
Something unwanted happens.
Okay. Right. When you are very happy, wow. You nowadays you call it wow in English, right? In Telugu, what they say? Adbhutam. Right. But is it Adbhutam or something relating to that? I think many of you are Telugu people, so you can understand, right? So these kind of very, very colloquial. Remember, there's a very very related. You can see that relation very clearly in this Kantapura. And very, yeah, what Raja Rao does is to use the Western form and Indianize it by combining it with Indian ways of storytelling. So these are the specific and classic characters that we can find in the classical literature is becoming more simpler in forms. National nationalism in Kantapura. This is very, very important in examination point of view. Okay, 5.4. Kantapura, nation and nationalism in Kantapura. Okay, how does Raja Rao makes up use of English language literary forms in Indian ways? How does Raja Rao reveals advantages and disadvantages of nationalism? All these three are very, very important in examination point of view. Okay, the last three questions. Unit 6, Indian poetry and the romantic tradition. So poetry and social change in Dorazio. Henry Dorazio, right? It's a pre-independent and the first generation writer, Henry Dorazio. And with the Keats, Shelley, Byron, Wordsworth, who are these poets? Romantic poets, right? Natural poets who write about nature. So these poets are, so Torudat and Henry Dorazio, how there is a parallel between the romantic poetry and the poetry, how they you know, the naturalism is described in the romantic. The romantic means it's not the romantic as you see in the media. It is about more adventure, about nature, about melancholy. All these are included in this poetry. So the last unit 7, according to that, Henry Dorazio and Torudat poetry is widely discussed in examination many a times. Okay. Next, two 19th century poets, Henry Dorazio and Torudat. Their how east and west is, you know, there is a what you call, we can see the reflections of east as well as west. West is from the western philosophy, western literature. East means we are all from the eastern countries, Asian countries, right? So these three are important in the examination point of view. Okay. Let us go for with this. We are coming to conclusion. Indian poetry, unit 7, and unit 8 is Aurobindo and Sarosh Naidu. Again, these two are very, very important. Aurobindo Savitri, it's an epic, and again there is a continuation of Rajara's Kantapura mysticism. In Savitri, we can see it's a mythical story of Queen Savitri and Satyavan. And again, it is a very philosophical journey that we can see. How Aurobindo was a radical nationalist, turned into a philosopher, and his writings, it's a symbolism of what symbolism and mysticism in Aurobindo. That is again examination point of view. Savitri, legend and symbol. So that is also an examination point of view. Okay, just a minute, I'll be back. Unit 9, you can say early 20th century poetry, Sarojini Naidu, and especially Naidu's Indian landscape, right? This is important, and how she started the planting traders. And is it my voice clear for all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Nationalism and poetry. Discuss the romantic mode in Naidu's poetry. How does Naidu represents the Indian landscape, especially when it comes to nationalism and poetry? This can be a question to examination. Okay, next goes Indian novel. Indian novel again, we start with Arkanarayan, Miltraj and Rajarao. Indian trio, 1950s to 1980, right? Examination point of view, social versus modernity. So how social problem of the novel and how the modernity versus traditionality. You have ample examples are given here. Page number, maybe somewhere you have 65 or 66. The social problem, 10.2. Okay, 10.3, tradition versus modernity. Okay, nationalism and the new nation. These are all according to examination point of view. And what is the you should write? That's what I'm more focusing on. Okay. So when it comes to Kantapura, again the tension between the gender nationalism is playing a vital role there. You can see in Indian women fiction as well. See here, patriarchy, social order, and the women. 11.3. Indian women fiction, starting with what kind of it can be with the Chitra Divakarni's Sister of My Heart in 1999. Some examples are given from women point of view, starting with Sarojini Naidu to the very contemporary Shobha Day. Okay, so who are post-colonial feminism? How women are concerned about their education, their space in the family, in the society, and at family level. All are discussed in different novels and as well as stories. Especially we discuss 3 women writers here. Can anyone name some of them? So we can see the post-colonial feminism, cultural difference among them, refusal of sea marriage, and the role of the women's life. So these are all post-colonial. Maybe you can get one question from this lesson, one or two. Especially key concerns of post-colonial feminism can always be an examination point of view. Okay, postmodern Indian novel. So here we are starting with history and postmodern Indian novel. How postmodern Indian novel themes, how after the independence, what kind of problems, what is the change in the scenario? The problem before independence is about getting the independence, right? After the independence, the problems are, now it is not with the Britishers, but within the nation, what kind of problems? It can be with the poverty or food, clothing, shelter, education, agriculture. These are all concerns of new democratic India, right? So we can see that history and the postmodern Indian novel, the same is represented even in the short stories and novels. So that is what we can see in the 12.2 and 3, postmodern Indian novel. Okay, and magic realism, as I said, we can see Salman Rushdie and Amitav Ghosh. When it comes to postmodern Indian novel, lot of novelists, even today, we call it as Chetan Bhagat is not taken seriously in the academy. It is called as pulp fiction, right? Harry Potter. Do you think like Harry Potter is a very serious fiction that we can take? Or what is your opinion about that? See, this is all included here. Magic, yeah, tell me. You want to tell someone? Someone want to tell something? So what do you think Harry Potter, Chetan Bhagat, what do you think? What is that considered as? What is the genre of that?
Yes, entertainment, ma'am.
Huh?
Entertainment.
Okay.
Chetan Bhagat is completely entertainment.
Yes.
This one is fiction, ma'am. Harry Potter.
Yes, it's a pulp fiction. Pulp, P-U-L-P. Okay. So pulp fiction. So this how serious we can take, and but in spite of all that, academicians never take Chetan Bhagat very seriously, right? It's again for entertainment, as you said. But what is the circulation of that pulp fiction? Okay, adventure and all that stuff. So again, it's a debatable thing, and we are still seeing that. Whereas when it comes to magic realism, again, 1947, whether it can be Midnight Children or Amitav Ghosh, Hungry Time. Anyone of you have got any hands-on experience of this? You heard about these novels? About
Heard Midnight Children, ma'am.
Yes. Hungry Tide is a very beautiful thing on ecofeminism, about the backwaters and Bangladesh, and so a lot of things are discussed in that. Okay, so that comes under Unit 1. Novel of Indian diaspora. So diaspora means it's about the longing, scattering of the views, or longing, nostalgic feeling about the people who migrated, and the fiction is all relating in. They are writing in some other place. Maybe it can be from Australia, Canada, or it can be New Jersey, England. Anyway, they migrated from India to another place, and they have got that longingness, rootlessness. You can see that in diaspora. Okay, so diaspora consciousness. Examination point of view, diaspora consciousness, hybridity. You'll get it. Definitely, you get it in examination. Acculturation. What is acculturation? And it can be in short answers as well as in essay. Okay. So I already explained what is cosmopolitanism and what kind of literature comes out from that. The problems are also different. Remember, when it comes to electricity, rural areas, we can see agriculture, electricity, and lack of transport system. That all comes into the rural problem, right? When it comes to fiction. What can be the urban problems? Tell me some urban problems so that you'll identify yourself. What can be the urban problem? Urban problem.
Emotional connection, ma'am. Family, joint family, emotional connection.
Yes, emotion, and it can be again lot of things. It's a psychological as well as logistics, right? A lot of pollution, and we don't live
Drainage
in
system.
places. Ajay, what is it?
A drainage system like that.
Yes,
Municipality.
drainage, transport, again, pollution, and matchbox kind of living, right? The apartments are looking like matchboxes, and we are not at all connected to the next person. So this is all urban, right? And what about semi-urban, district level? Hospital, again, schools. See, different problems in different places, right? When you go for Rajasthan or Haryana, a lot of gender issues, right? You don't find 720 people, 628 per 1,000 boys. Just imagine 400, almost 350 girls disappeared from that states. So what can be? So gender issues. So it depends on that. So the state politics and individuals, disposition. This is in the 14th Rohington Mysteries Fine Balance. This is going to touch very contemporary. Remember, it's not the old one. It is not pre-independent or post-independent. Very, very contemporary. So this kind of how state politics and individuals. For example, I'll give you one example, you'll get connected. Now, petrol, diesel, milk products, vegetables, and what more, our own edible oil, right? Edible oil. These are all related to our economic system, right? But it is directly linked to, not directly linked, but indirectly linked to our Ukraine and Russia.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you getting it? So it's not directly linked, right? That means we are not in war. But petrol, diesel, within one month, we can see the hike, right? We can see the increase of rate. It can be, we are not going to buy everyday gold, but we are going to buy oil, edible oil, the food we eat, right? Edible oil. Gas that we use, in the consume, right? The gas, the cooking gas. So you can see 200 rupees of hike. So it is not direct. So state, that means the government, the constitutional rights of a human being, and politics and individuals. So individuals, we are all individuals, right? We are all common people. But the policy is taken by the government. That means state is going to implement the policy. The rule is going to be by the state. The government is going to decide rate of the particular. It can be crude oil, or it can be edible oil, or it can be the gases, because we are all depending. International relations, right? So how this is described in a fiction. I'm not directly discussing the Rohington mystery is not going to discuss about Russia and Ukraine, but How it is different from, it is represented in the fiction, you can see in Rohinton Mishra's Fine Balance. Social realism and humanism, as rightly pointed out by Ajay and Ramu, how psychological disturbance, or you can take one pandemic for that period. So psychological damage that we can see in the behavior of the student, right? Can you see some stories about it? Like all of a sudden, now students don't want to go and attend an examination, right? They want to get a free, to get the good grades by without any writing exam. That is the behavioral lacuna, right? Behavioral, psychological damage with the behavioral skills. So these all can be, you can see in course of time, maybe within 2-3 years. We are now reading that stories also, right? You can see that children are not willing. And why suicides are more in the students, especially when they are going for stress situations and student suicide, especially at the time of examination, after the results also. Are we listening to that or not? Right. So these all are going to be a part of modern literature, especially with Rohinton Mishra's Fine Balance is going to describe all about it. The last block, unit 15, Indian Poetry and Drama, 1950s and 1990s. Okay. Nizam-Ezekiel, a time to change, and symbolically titled. So you can see that as well. Modernism and Indian Poetry, and Sri Aurobindo, Tagore, and Nehru. So poetry, again, we are going back from starting from Sri Aurobindo and Henry Thoreau, we were thinking about it, but now after the modernity versus tradition. So this is, we can see in the page number, not page number, but I'll tell you the unit 15.3. Modern Indian drama. So what kind of drama? Themes and techniques, diaspora, nature, environment, and poetry. So these are all in the poetry. The technique has changed from the poet started to speak about the self-examination point of view. We can find these two questions important. Poetry of the diaspora and how nature, environment, and poetry. What kind of reflections of nature and environment we can see in the reflections of poetry. So page number, I don't know, 16.8. What are the key themes and techniques in the modern Indian poetry in English? How do diaspora poets negotiate their former and present identities? And diaspora poetry. Okay, definitely one question is going to come for you. Nizam-Ezekiel, last time, I think last week, I was able to clear this unit. And so I'm just running with the time because Night of the Scorpion, it's a very simple poetry, right? You enjoy this because of the simple poetry. And we can see the Patriot as well. Both the writers are going to be Indian writers. So you see the words that we use, like veranda. Veranda, what is veranda? It's not an English word, right? What is veranda?
Yes,
Balcony, ma'am.
Balcony or sit out. You remember that. Okay. So these kind of words, or bandicoot. So it's a big kind of bandicoot. What is bandicoot? What is bandicoot?
Mouse.
Rat.
Mouse. Big mouse.
Yeah, big mouse, big rat. Okay. So this kind of, because they were unable to pronounce, because of the lot of twist and turn, and they have come into that. So a lot of words are included. Even now, dosa is also included in Oxford English, right? You know what is dosa? Call it as dosa. What is dosa?
pancake, right?
Pancake.
Yeah, flat pancake. So they have a different, but now they include, people also understand biryani. Biryani is also a word. So small scale reflections on a great house, it is 18.2. Two questions will come out from obituary as well as small scale reflections. And river.
ज्यादा नहीं,
Right? You want to
बस थोड़ा सा, बस नहीं, ज्यादा पेस्ट हुआ था थोड़ा.
Zaid is preparing biryani.
No,
Mute yourself.
ये sorry ma'am.
You are preparing masala for our biryani or what?
No ma'am.
Okay, good. Just in a lighter way. Just now I said biryani, she said थोड़ा सा ज़्यादा. तो मैंने सोच लिया वो कुछ टेस्ट कर रही हूँ. That's a mixy sound, right?
Yes, ma'am. Probably she must be preparing some juice.
See, our students are multi-talented. They are cooking, they are doing something, and they are listening to the class.
No, no, ma'am. Just I was guiding my daughter to do that. I have to follow the class, ma'am. That's all.
That's great. So you are doing a good parenting as well. Appreciate you, Zahid. And but anyway, you're
Thanks.
not giving me the biryani. You are in Rosa, right? Okay. Contemporary drama, Mahesh Dattani, final study. One last point. This is our last class, online class, and maybe for the second year as well. I'm very happy that all the students are very active. I can see a lot of people interacting and good results have come. You are from different places of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, and maybe from some other from Karnataka as well, who are our students from different parts of India. When you come to Hyderabad, please do come to my our university, Department of English. You can ask for me, and all of you have my number. It is there in our website. Definitely, please do visit because you are all going to become an alumni. And don't skip the examination. Don't skip the questions. You write all the questions, complete the assignments in time. Okay. And don't be afraid of examinations. If you are unable to write last year, please do complete this year. Okay. I can see all of you. I know you but only by name and the voice, but not. Because this is again a pandemic period, a blessing in disguise. I can call it as. If not, I might have never, maybe able to contact you because many of you are from different places. Guntur, Vijayawada, Visakhapatnam. Some are from Hyderabad and some are from Nizamabad, Karimnagar, right? So if it's possible, just all of you unmute your video. I want to see all of you, okay? Last 19th and 20th is about Indian women poetry. I don't want to go more about it. So Indian British literature, Indian literature is Indian English literature. This is the 9th paper. We completed successfully, and I can see all of you are going to write. I really wish you best wishes from my side, from our university side, from the department side. Okay, unmute your videos. I want to see all of you. You can unmute. Unmute, not audio, videos. Okay, video and audios also. Chaitra, Ajay, Deepti, Divya, Ramu, Gayatri, Kanya, unmute your, yeah, Ajay. I want to see all of you. Yeah. Deepti, I can see Ajay, very good. Divya, Priya. Okay. I can see some of you. Nisi, it's very good. Nisi, to see you happy. You are from Hyderabad, Nisi? Priya, you are from Hyderabad? Okay. Where is Zai?
Yes, ma'am. I'm from Banjara Hills.
Okay, good. Come sometime, Priya. Come and meet me in the department. Shweta, so where are you from?
Okay, ma'am. Karimnagar, ma'am.
Very good. So when you come to Hyderabad to pick your all your certificates, please do come. Ajay, where?
Okay, ma'am.
I'm from Nizamabad, ma'am.
Oh, very nearby, right? You should come to the department. And
Yeah, madam. Sure.
the announcement to all of you, I can see Ramu as well. Sridhar, what happened? Kanya, Venkatama, Chaitra, I don't want to see your beautiful faces to me. Deepti has got 2 children, right? Gayatri also. Deepti, you got a few beautiful children backside. That's great. Hi, Ramu. Happy to see you. You are a very, very obedient.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
Please do complete. Ajay, you also. We are going to have an English souvenir. This is first and second. Hi, Zai. How are you? Where is our biryani is pending now? You are in Rosa. You are from Hyderabad, Zai?
Ma'am, I'm Kanya, ma'am.
Yeah, Kanya. Okay. No, I am able to see Zai. Zai, unmute yourself. Kanya, where are you from?
I'm here only, ma'am, nearby.
Good. So, please do come to the university. One small announcement from the university. Department of English is going to have come up with souvenir, English souvenir, exclusively writings and creative works of the students. It can be a part of your experience in Ambedkar University, or you can write poetry or a short story or a creative work from your side, or anything. You feel like it's an experience for you. Like one of our students is writing, like she got married at the age of 12 and blessed with 2 children. For 5 years, she don't have any academic, disconnected. Then she got some time and she started BA from English literature from Ambedkar University. Now she is in master's. So this kind of experience also you can write, or you want to give a feedback or anything from your side. So that will be included with your name, ID number, photograph, and your creative work is also going to be published in the university. Okay, by the university, Department of English, Ambedkar Open University is going to publish that. So I definitely encourage all of you to write, but now you concentrate, whatever that comes to your mind, you can feel free to come back to me, to the department, or you can email me as well. Definitely I'll go through your email also. If you have any queries, you can email me as well as you can ping me, because all of you know my mobile number as well. Please put a message to me before coming to the university. And do write, don't quit the exams, complete your assignments. I'm a typical professor telling you again and again about this, right? But I want you to remember so that you can complete your assignments and successfully are going to become masters in the English language and literature. Okay, Venkana. Hello, Venkana. How are you? From which place you are? Which place you are? Venkana Dasari. I can see you. Okay. So all the best for all of you. Ramu, Venkana, Gayatri, Priya, Deepti, Kanya, Divya, Zaid, Shweta, Nisi, Divya, M. Divya, Sridhar, Chaitra, Venkamma, Sujata, all the best for all of you, my dear students. And I wish you good luck. Luck is nothing but hard work.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you
Thank you, ma'am.
for encouraging us.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
For
Thank you.
appreciating and encouraging. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Please visit our department. You are a precious student for all of us, okay? And whoever is there in Hyderabad, please do come to the university. Okay? Complete your assignments and good luck for your examinations. Best wishes from my side. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
very
Thank
much.
you for your support and everything, ma'am.
Thank you, Ajay. Thank you. Anything you want to tell me? Anything you want to share?
Yes,
Just
yes, ma'am.
last 5 minutes. Yeah. Ajay, go ahead.
So, actually, I don't need to do MA actually, because for any job purpose or anything, just I want to do. I want to pursue my passion. That's why, still in busy hours also, I want to pursue. I want to attend the classes and get the pulp of literature. So it really
Is it useful, Ajay? Is it useful for you?
yeah, madam.
For life, right? For your life, not only for certificate.
For studies, no, madam. I am passionate about this literature and I want to enjoy myself.
That's
So
great. That's great. That's great.
So I want to explore my inner happiness. That's it's something like exploring water from the inside well.
Wow. Now you became a poet, Ajay.
I may not be perfect, madam, but so I want to explore something new, and I want to contribute something for local language and literature.
Very good, Ajay. Please do come to the department. We'll have a word, and you should write for the English journal. Okay, our journal.
Thank you,
Solid,
madam. I'll try.
Definitely. Thank you, Ajay, for your nice words.
Thank you, madam.
Encouraging words. Anyone want to express their views or want to tell something regarding our course or department or any feedback from the students?
Yes, ma'am. It was fantastic experience with you and other counselors, and you have taken really, so care about each and every class, and even you responded immediately when there was a little problem to deal with. Everything was so fantastic, ma'am. I think we would have definitely missed you all if it was only just with regular offline classes. it was fantastic experience with all the counselors, ma'am, and especially you interacting and allowing us to explain whatever that we have, to share something and discussing and fine tuning it, the opinion or expression and everything. It was really wonderful experience with you all, ma'am. Thank you very much. Thank you for having us. Thank you for guiding us.
Thank you, Ramu, for such a nice words. Definitely, you are one of our potent student and very obedient student, I can call. Please do come to the university when you visit Hyderabad, okay? And
Sure, ma'am.
And you should also write to our Savani, whatever your experience, okay? This can always be going to boost the potential of other students in the society. That's what my idea, okay? Yeah.
Yes,
thank you so much. Thank you so much for such a wonderful.
Thank you, ma'am. Yes. Ma'am, I also would like to write some of the articles for publishing. I may make a personal call to you about guiding. Please do guide us.
Definitely, definitely. We are here to help you. We are here to help you. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Definitely.
Thank
you. Yeah. Yeah. Any other? All of you just want to say thanks and end the class. That's great. Thank you.
Yes.
Gayatri.
Ma'am, I'm a banker, ma'am. For promotion purpose, I applied for PG, ma'am. But after going to the classes and this course material, I'm very much interested to learn more things from you, ma'am. The lectures also teach us very clearly, and I'm very much interested to learn all the things from you, ma'am.
Definitely, Gayatri. Where do you stay, Gayatri? Hyderabad?
No, ma'am. I'm from Khammam, ma'am.
Khammam. It's not very far, okay? You're all nearby to Hyderabad, right? Definitely, when you come to Hyderabad, please do come. And you should write as a banker, because bank is all about accounts, morning to till evening transactions about the money, right? So
yes, ma'am.
Hardly you find time for this kind of humane touch, right? Maybe that is one reason. And definitely your opinion is going to count in our Savani. And as a banker, what is your transformation, or what is your observation, or what enjoyment you got as a literary person? You can write that experience as well, okay? Please do
ma'am. Yes.
And you can write whatever that is, and we are going to have a committee as well. And
yes,
we're all going to members in that, going to become members in that. You can write, and that will become a good, important memory as well as a record to the institution and individual. Okay? Thank you.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
So nice of you.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, Missy. Missy, you want to say something, dear? See? You unmuted yourself. Your voice is not there. Missy? Okay. Sujata, you want to tell something? You're all unmuting, but no voice is coming. Yeah, Nisi, go ahead. Voice is not coming, Nisi. Nisi, your voice is not clear, my dear. I can see the chat.
Nisi ma'am, you remove your headset and speak so that you know it will be clear.
Don't worry, Nisi. Your happy face is going to is giving lot of encouragement for all of us. It's a non-verbal communication, Ramu. I speak on verbal is only 40%. Non-verbal is 60% in Indian people, right? So I know that you are very happy, and you're happy for taking this course and listening to the classes. See, verbally you're not, I'm unable to reach you, but non-verbally I can see that. Okay. Nisi, you can type in a message. Where from you are? Are you from Hyderabad? Type in a message. message box. I can see that. Okay, if you are in Hyderabad, please do come and please do write me for the souvenir. Okay. Okay. Any other people? Last class is still there. End of the day, I am still a teacher. You're going to have a last class. Okay. Don't skip the class. And so the last Sujit, I think he is going to come and speak with you for a few minutes. Okay. Thank you so much. And thanks for all the appreciation and the wishes that you have given us. You are all our assets for the Department of English. Please do complete your course in time. Okay. Thank you. See you then. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Divya, ఏం మాట్లాడలేదమ్మా?
Now you are audible.
Nothing, ma'am. I am from Vizag, ma'am.
Okay. So, మీరు మమ్మల్ని పిలవరా వైజాగ్ కి రండి అని?
రండి, ma'am.
Definitely I'll come and definitely I'll be able to meet all of you if I'm coming to the university. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Take
Thank you.
care, all of you.
Thank you so
Last
much.
class will be there. Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
क्लास लीव हो गई।